We've got a hands-on leak, all of the official colors and the wallpapers, as well as confirmation on all of the specs of the Pixel 9 series. So if you want to know everything, then hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, we've got confirmation that the Pixel 9 series is going to debut a more powerful version of Gemini Nano with multi-model capabilities, and it means that the on-device AI for the Pixel 9s is not only going to be able to process text inputs, but it's also going to be able to discern context from real-world images, sounds, and spoken words. At Google I/O, they gave us an example of how this would work, and it's pretty impressive, so we'll just take a look at a few seconds of the clip.
What neighborhood do you think I'm in?
This appears to be the King's Cross area of London. It is known for its railway station and transportation connections.
Do you remember where you saw my glasses?
Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
Next up, we've got confirmation on all of the colors, and the Pixel 9 is going to be coming in Jade, Obsidian, Peony, and Porcelain, whereas the Pixel 9 Pro is going to be coming in Hazel, Obsidian, Porcelain, and Rose. And then for those of you interested in their new Fold 2, that's going to be coming in Obsidian and Porcelain. We've also had leaks of all of the Pixel wallpapers this year, so here are the wallpapers for the standard Pixel 9, here are the wallpapers for the Pixel 9 Pro models, and then finally, here are the wallpapers for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Now these wallpapers were leaked by Android Authority along with the download links, so I've placed a link to the article down in the description below for those of you that want to check it out. When it comes to the design, we've had everything confirmed thanks to a hands-on leak from Russian leaker Rozikked, and he's had his hands on all three models of the Pixel 9 series. Now in the first set of photos, we see the Pixel 9 Pro XL next to the iPhone 15 Pro, and many of you are going to be pleased to see that it is in fact a larger phone as it should be. Now the rear panel confirms a triple camera setup, and then the front panel shows a rounded device with a flat display, and the leaker confirms that the Pixel 9 Pro XL is going to be coming with a 6.73-inch display. Now next up, we get a good look at the Pixel 9 side by side with the Pixel 9 Pro, and it confirms that the previous leaks were correct and they're exactly the same size. We then get the same shot but with the phones turned around, and as you can see, while they are the same size, the Pixel 9 does seem to have thicker bezels than the Pixel 9 Pro. For those of you concerned with how it looks in a comparison to all of the previous versions, here in this image we've got the Pixel 9 Pro, the Pixel 9, we've got the Pixel 8, and then finally on the far right we've got the Pixel 7. Now he also confirms that when it comes to the design, the Pixel 9 Pro has a glossy frame but with a matte rear panel and camera module, whereas the standard Pixel 9 has a matte frame, but as you can see it's got a glossy back and a glossy camera module. We've also got some photos where the phones have been powered up, and the leaker confirms that the Pixel 9 is going to be coming with 12GB of RAM, and the Pro models are going to be getting a bump to 16GB. The standard Pixel 9 also doesn't have ultra wideband, whereas the other two models do, and of course we get one less camera on the non-Pro Pixel 9. Now we get a 50 megapixel wide angle on the Pixel 9 accompanied by an ultra wide camera, and then over on the Pixel 9 Pro and the Pixel 9 Pro XL we get a 50 megapixel wide angle, a 50 megapixel ultra wide, and then a 50 megapixel telephoto with 5x zoom. Now for those of you excited for the Google Pixel 9 series, we're now going to run through the full specs, design, and the expected pricing of each model in the range, so make sure you hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, we've got the standard Pixel 9, which comes with a 6.24-inch flat display with Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection. It's a 120Hz Full HD Plus OLED display with an expected resolution of 2400 by 1080, and we're also getting upgrades to the color accuracy and the peak brightness of the display. We get a punch hole camera top center for the selfies, and the exact sensor isn't known at the moment, but we expect a 12 megapixel selfie camera. Now over on the rear, it's a dual camera setup consisting of a 50 megapixel wide angle camera for the primary and an additional ultra wide camera, and the wide angle camera is the same camera that's going to be used in the Pixel 9 Pro. The phone will be powered by Google's new Tensor G4 chipset, and it's going to deliver improvements in performance, efficiency, and AI capabilities, and it's coming with 12GB of RAM and 128 or 256 storage options, and it will of course be UFS 4. We're expecting around a 4600 mAh battery with improvements to fast charging, and while Google always play it fairly safe, we're hoping for at least something like 30 to 35 watts. We get 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. And the phone is of course going to ship with Android 15. Now the Pixel 9 is launching in October, and we'll get more accurate details on the pricing as we approach the launch, but it's estimated it's going to launch around $700. Now next up, we've got the Pixel 9 Pro, and this comes with a 6.34-inch flat display with Gorilla Glass armor protection. It's a 120Hz OLED display with an expected resolution of around 2992 by 1334. While the exact display is still currently unknown, we're no doubt going to get some improvements to brightness, and we'll of course be getting improvements to the color accuracy as well as the peak brightness of the display. We get a punch-hole camera in the top center for the selfies, and again, the exact sensor is still unknown at the moment, but we expect a 12-megapixel selfie camera. Now over on the rear, it's a triple camera setup consisting of a 50-megapixel wide-angle camera, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, and then a 50-megapixel telephoto with 5x optical zoom, and then the 50-megapixel wide-angle is the same camera that's used on the standard Pixel 9. Now the phone is powered by Google's new Tensor G4 chipset, and this is going to bring improvements in performance, efficiency, and the AI capabilities, and it's coming with 16GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage, which will of course be UFS 4. We're expecting around a 4,600 mAh battery with improvements to fast charging, and while Google are still playing it very safe, we're hoping for at least 30 to 40 watt fast charge. We get 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and an ultra-wideband chip, and the phone is of course going to ship with Android 15. The Pixel 9 is launching in October, and again we're going to get more accurate details on pricing as we get closer to launch, but it's estimated to launch around $900. Now finally, we've got the new Pixel 9 Pro XL, and this comes with a 6.73-inch flat display with Gorilla Glass armor protection. It's a 120Hz OLED display with a Quad HD Plus resolution, while the exact display is still currently unknown. We'll of course be getting improvements to the color accuracy as well as the peak brightness of the display. And we're expecting the Pixel 9 XL to be around 2,600 to 3,000 nits of peak brightness. We get a punch-hole camera at top center for the selfies, and the exact sensor isn't known at the moment, but we can expect something like a 12-megapixel selfie camera. Now over on the rear, it's a triple camera setup consisting of a 50-megapixel wide-angle camera, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, and then a 50-megapixel telephoto with 5x optical zoom, and the 50-megapixel wide-angle is the same camera that's on the standard Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro. Now the phone is going to be powered by Google's new Tensor G4 chipset that will bring with it improvements to performance, efficiency, and AI capabilities, and it's coming with 16GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage, and this will be UFS 4. We're expecting around a 5,100 mAh battery with improvements to fast charging as well, and again, because Google play it very safe, it's hard to guess, but we're really hoping for at least 40 watt fast charging. We get 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and ultra-wideband, and of course the phone is going to ship with Android 15, and the Pixel 9 Pro XL is going to be launching in October. Again, we'll get more accurate details on pricing as we approach the launch, but it's estimated it's going to cost around $1,100. So overall, the new Pixel 9 lineup is delivering exactly what we'd expect from Google. We've got a slight change to the design with some new hardware and lots of new AI features to go with it. And Google's main area of focus with the Pixels has always been in the camera and the AI, so we can definitely expect to see improvements in both photos as well as videos. Now with the new design, we should see a much stronger and durable phone than before, and along with 7 years of OS updates, this is definitely going to be a phone that can last you a very long time. So it's interesting that we've now got 3 devices in the lineup thanks to the return of the XL version, but more choice for the consumer is never a bad thing, and of course it's got so many similarities with the predecessor, so it's probably not going to make anyone with a Pixel 8 rush for an upgrade, but for those of you with older Pixels or looking to try out your first Pixel, then it is going to be a great choice. Now Google have never been good at keeping anything a secret, so it's not going to be long until we've got every single detail confirmed with a full unboxing hands-on video, and as soon as we get anything like that, I'm going to be sharing it straight away, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.